Hey, how we doing, guys? Welcome in. Here we are, back nine. Took us a little while. We had a good time. We're a little late, but we're here giving you guys that action. Welcome into the back nine with myself, Mr. Gogster, bringing you guys the heat. We got the BMW Championship, 70 guys. This course, not much information we were able to dive deep into. Check out the Monday show, guys. We broke down some courses we think are going to be great comparison, guys that have played well in bent grass, things like that. So now it's time to get into the thick of things, guys. Let's get these picks at you. Not as many top 20s as before. Top 20s are you're kind of capping yourself when you're putting a top 20 out there because, it's matchup bets. Pretty much we're going to come get at here, guys. Matchup bets are where you're going to want to look at here. We have a lot of matchup bets, 10 matchup bets for you guys. So let's rock and roll. Thank you so much for Pub Sports for letting us do this golf show. Everyone hit the like button below. Hit a subscribe button as well. Pub Sports Radio. Notification button. It's nonstop action at this channel, guys. So you found the Messiah. Welcome. Anyways, let's rock and roll. Golf style, baby. Fazio Design bent grass. It's going to be 7,300 yards, par 72. The par fives are going to be playing a little more tougher than most of the other holes, par fours and the par threes. Par threes are all over 200 yards, and there's going to be 4 par fours over 450. So that's a little bit about the course. Past champions have been John Rahm in 2020. 2019 was Thomas over Cantlay, and then 2018 Bradley defeated Justin Rose. So that's a little bit more about the course history. Let's get into the picks now there, guys. So one page down, onto the thick of things, as I like to say. I'm going to start with the matchup bets right away. Actually, you know what? Jose's got it up there. Let's do it. Xander Schauffele. We're going to do our six-pack first there. Six-pack's going to start off with Xander Schauffele here, guys. Strong track record at courses that are just surprisingly new. Things like the Olympics where no one really had any history at that course. He came up there and won it. It was a tree line as well. This is going to be a tree line course, especially on the front nine here at Caves Island or Caves Valley, not Island. It's in the valleys, that's for sure. Caves Valley, Xander 20-1. He should have a great shot. He was 16-1. He just waited a little bit longer, and he's now at 20-1. You can get that at a wide margin of books. Also going to throw in a T20. We have 6 T20s here, guys. He's going to be one of them. Minus 121, Xander Schauffele. What more can I say here? Let me just get the comments. Welcome in, guys, to the Back Nine Betting Show. Throw any comments, any guys back nine. Matchup bets, first round leaders, outrights, nationality bets, you name it. I got the goods for you guys. Let's keep rocking and rolling here. Sorry, here we go. Xander. He was 12th in distance, 44th in accuracy, 12th in approach, 43rd in around the green, and 31st in putting. We're not going to take too much into account here, guys. You shouldn't take too much into account, in my opinion, is around the green. When you're having these greens that are really sloping off, you're going to be in more fairway bunkers or even greenside bunkers than you are rough. There's not nearly as much rough like you guys saw at the Northern Trust and the course we just saw there. What about DFS? Yeah, you want a little DFS action? I guess just take what we give you here, Nick, and run with it. Come up with the best lineup you can, my guy. But we focus more so here on our matchups. Not saying I'm not going to be doing DFS, Nick, but historically my background is in picking outrights, top 20s, matchup bets, especially matchup bets, and things like that. So keep going here. We're going to still rock and roll with Xander Schauffele. Tell you guys a little bit more about him. His approach was just lights out. That's what you're going to need at a course like this. A lot of elevation, straight. You got to have a accurate tee shot as well. Guys like DeChambeau, I don't like nearly as much because of his issue with his driver, his accuracy. Just looking at his accuracy, guys, it was 51st out of 74, 75 after the cut. So DeChambeau and his driver is not something you want to be backing at a course where there's a lot of elevation, a lot of unknown. The rough's going to be a lot thicker, bent grass rough, so it's not exactly easy to get out like a Bermuda. Xander should have a great chance here, in my opinion. He was T16. He stayed in the mix as well last week. So we got a phone call here. Geez, some people know we got the back nine going. Toronto. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. Xander, he should have a hell of a shot here. 20-1's a good number too. That's where we're starting our betting card off here. Six-pack first guy in the can is going to be Xander Schauffele. Number 2, we made a late change based on his previous performance, and that's Dustin Johnson, guys. DJ, if you don't have him on your DFS there, Nick, throw this guy in your DFS. Get ready, guys. Hold on to your socks here. BMW back in 2010, bent grass, Dustin Johnson won. 2011 Barclays, bent grass, Johnson won. All these are Dustin Johnson wins. U.S. Open in 2016, he won on bent grass. Firestone and the BMW was another bent grass. So he's won 2 BMWs, guys. This could be his third. 2017 Genesis, that was on bent grass greens. 2017 Northern Trust, 2018 Canadian Open, 2020 Travelers, and 2020 Northern Trust. Dustin Johnson just eats when it comes to bent grass green styles, playing up in Illinois, New York, Canada even. Just playing up here in this type of terrain, especially when you got a little elevation, a guy that didn't have his driver. One thing you guys might not know is this man did not have his driver last round. That's why he didn't make the cut. His distance was still up there with some guys who hit their driver, but he only had a 3-wood and still made do. He overswung on a lot of them, wasn't hitting many fairways, but he's going to have his driver back in the bag. Look for DJ, guys, to he's like a beast in a cage. Just wait till he comes out of this little, I don't want to say funk, but he starts taking advantage of his distance off the tee. He's got a great approach game. He likes putting on bent grass greens. This is a course, in my opinion, Dustin Johnson's going to thrive on. And our guy Nick agrees on that. It's more about power than accuracy. But when you're dealing with some of these holes there, Nick, that are just going to be they're sloping right off, buddy. So you're not dealing with as much fairway or as much rough off the fairway. It's starting to get trees. You're starting to get sloping just off the grid, really. Some holes you're going to be okay on, but if you can combine both driving accuracy and distance off the tee, that's going to be a key momentum factor going forward. Sorry, guys, a little slow there. Distance accuracy approach is going to be number 3. Approach is huge there, Nick. Everyone else too in the chat. This is, if you can be hitting these greens, it's similar to the fairways. A lot of them are going to be sloping off, being in the valley. So you have not much forgiveness for around the greens. I'm not looking at many guys who did well around the green at Liberty National because it was more of almost like a parkland style, to be honest. There was not nearly as much elevation as you're going to see here. There was a lot of dips in the greens, don't get me wrong, but this course is a whole nother ballpark, a whole nother game plan for these guys. And guys like even Koepka, I think Koepka, if he just can hit the ball straight, he was 6th. And distance, 51st in accuracy. That was the only issue. But sticking with Dustin Johnson, this guy should have a great chance, guys. He's one of my favorite here, 22-1. I had to took Patrick Cantlay out. Just don't like what I saw from Patrick Cantlay here, guys. I'll have some notes for you right here. Accuracy was 61st. Approach was 47th. His around the green was 5th. Again, that's not going to matter much. So what he was doing really well on is pretty much taken out of question. So Patrick Cantlay, going to have to pass him this week. Dustin Johnson is a definite go. So that's number 2 on our 6-pack for you guys. Number 3 is going to be Rory McIlroy. We got a strong 6-pack for you guys here this week. Rory McIlroy, I got him at 28-1. He's now 25-1. Oh yeah, guys, DJ also top 20 minus 113. Great look. Put that in your card. Rory McIlroy here, guys. He's also one up in Canada. DJ and Rory were the 2 past winners on bent grass. There was a lot of elevation at that course. I was also at that course, bent grass greens. Rory McIlroy, his putter, he's figured out the old putter stroke again. He went back to an old putter he used to use, similar to Thomas, and he's starting to see a lot of results. That being Rory McIlroy. Where do I got Rory here? Here he is, 18th, guys, in distance, 25th in accuracy, 72nd in approach. That's the only issue with Rory McIlroy. If he starts missing these greens and he's getting a little wayward with his second shots off the tee, we don't like that a lot. But he's 18th off the tee in distance, 25th in accuracy, 18th in putting. That's the big one. If he's not able to putt on these greens, unlike his counterpart there, fellow UK Brit there, Paul Casey. Paul Casey can't putt. Where on the other hand, Rory can putt. So I'm giving Rory the look. 25-1 now, guys. He was T43. If he can just straighten out his approach shots, it's a big thing to ask. But take advantage of his distance off the tee, guy just like Nick's saying, guys like DJ, guys like Rory, we really like here, and even Xander, who's pretty deep off the tee. Nick's saying here, how do you feel about a Cameron Davis to make the T20? Hey, a smart. Analogies aren't coming to me right now. My apologies, but yeah, I like Cam Davis. I was going to say great mind think alike. Jesus, it's that's coffee. Something might be in it today, guys. Cam Davis, I'll get to him right now, buddy. First round leaders. We got 8 first round leaders, and he's going to be one of them. Cam Davis. I think he's got a great shot. He played decently enough last week. I believe it was just his approach or his off the tee. There's only a couple categories that were going a little south for him. But overall, Cam Davis, he's a birdie machine. First round leader, Nick. That's where I'm looking at him. 66 to 1. I got 0.25 units in all my first round leaders. We got 8 of them. So it should be fun. Instead of doing first round matchups, we're doing first round leaders at some nice prices. And Cameron Davis made the cut there, Nick. T20, good value. Just T20s in the past, buddy. I find they're just, you're really sweating them. You're really sweating these T20s. Not saying you're not going to sweat a first round matchup, but if you could see a matchup, but unfortunately I didn't see any with Cam Davis that I like, but that's where I would be looking more than the T20. Ick Schnitzel, what's going on? Ick 420 himself there. He's in the chat. Appreciate you, buddy. Everything's going well. We're just breaking down this card. We're on three of our 6-packs already came out, buddy. We got Alexander Schauffele. It's a stacked 6-pack too, Ick. DJ at 22 to 1, who plays really well at these bent grass courses. This guy's won about 10 times, Ick, in the last 10 years at courses just like this. So DJ 22 and Rory, we were just saying Rory's got a great shot if he can just stick his approach. His approach was 72nd at the tournament last week, which is pretty much exactly the same terrain. It's going to be the same grass, same type of greens. A lot more elevation, though, and quicker greens, too. So those are the two things you got to look out for. Moving on to our 6-pack. Number 4 is going to be Viktor Hovland. Viktor Hovland, guys, if you were watching the tournament, he was 13 under going into that 4th round. -6, -6, -7. He was staying really consistent. Or sorry, -4, -6, and about a -3 or something like that. But he was staying consistent, scoring each and every of those first 3 rounds. The man was scoring. Issue was round 4 going on to Monday. He just, kind of like Spieth, he just seemed to be dialed out of contention. But overall, guys, looking at what Hovland did, he was 15th in distance, 4th in accuracy. That is, you put those two together right there, it's probably the best in the field last week. And that was Viktor Hovland, 15th in distance and then 4th in accuracy. 27th in approach, too. Call the alarms. The alarms are going off right now. Viktor Hovland's got a great shot. The only thing would be the putter. 66th around the green, but when you're hitting that many approach shots, hitting greens, it shouldn't be much of an issue. 49th in putting. We like Viktor Hovland here, guys. 35 to 1. I actually got him at 40 to 1 at the beginning of the week, so I think this is a great spot for Viktor Hovland as well. Shout out to Ick there, DJ. Yeah, I really like that DJ look, buddy. I took Cantlay off and added DJ, so hopefully it doesn't backfire. I did that with who did I do that with? Connors. I took Connors off and put that crazy Brit Hatton on our list. But I really like DJ. I just had to do it. This was just his what he can do. It's just like it's a guy in a cage, right? Ick. He's just a beast in a cage waiting to get unleashed. So Hovland as well. I think I can't see nothing saying he's not going to do well. It's just his putter. That would be the only issue. Matty Ice, what's going on, Matty? Appreciate you in, buddy. Any questions you got there, guy? Throw him in here for golf. I know he's in Detroit there. Get out to your local course there in Detroit. After you cash your ticket there and your taint play of the day. Shout out to Matty Ice there, giving out taint plays of the day on Jimmy the Bag Show. So appreciate you tuning in, Matty. More on our Hovland. Just his numbers just light up this course. Other than Sunday, guys, he should be right in contention. And we have another matchup bet with him we're going to get to just after our 6-pack here. A little sip of coffee. Ooh, that's that Colombian roast, baby. Yes, sir. That's right, Matty. Number 5 is going to be a bit of a bomb here. You guys not know about might not know a lot about this guy. Sam Burns. Sam Burns, Louisiana guy, got a nasty mustache. You can't miss him. He's got a nice, old school mustache from like the 60s, the Western style. He hits a real deep, long shot. Surprisingly, you guys might not know about Sammy Burns, but where do we got him here? 10th in distance, 22nd in accuracy, very close to Hovland numbers, and then 38th in approach. It's kind of very, like I said, very similar to Hovland, but you're getting a 50 to 1 instead of a 35. And his putting was actually better than Hovland, who was 49th. Burns was 35th. So he checks the 4 boxes we're looking at here. He cracks the top 40 in each of them, and he's 10th in distance, which if you can take advantage of being past these bunkers, that's going to be a big thing, guys, is guys like Harmon, guys that aren't hitting the ball as far, you're going to have just awkward shots or just chances to be in bunkers, and that's just going to kill your chances to hit the green or at least get a birdie on that hole. So guys that are deep off the tee, that's pretty much where we're getting at here. Alexander Schauffele is the first one, 20 to 1, guys. DJ 22. McElroy 25, Hovland 35, Burns another deep guy off the tee at 50, and the close it out is going to be 100 to 1. A couple shekels on this guy, and you'll be rich. That's Charlie Hoffman. Charlie Hoffman's another guy that just lighting the lamp right now, guys, at this course. Great stats that we found. We were digging deep for this one, and look at this. 11th in distance. Surprisingly, Charlie Hoffman, guys, 11th in distance last week, 14th in accuracy, which is another great stat, just like Hovland. 17th, even better, guys, in approach. So this guy's just been money in the bank. Then 27th in putting. Top 30 in all categories, even better than actually Burns, and you're getting 100 to 1. Charlie Hoffman, guys, throw a couple bucks on this guy. I think he can be right in the mix. I actually have him and Burns top 20 as well, just like the prices. We're getting plus 180 on Hoffman and plus 150 on Burns. So top 20s on those two guys. I think it's worth a couple bucks, especially Hoffman. I really think he's got a great shot, playing good golf. Just needs to pretty much stick to the game plan he had last week, hit those fairways, hit those greens, and avoid three putts. He should be doing all right. Yeah, guys, we're going to keep rocking and rolling. That's the outrights. That's our six-pack. We'll leave it up there top left for you. Any questions you guys have about any golfers, why I haven't brought up a name, why I do like a guy, whatever it may be, this is the time to ask, guys. We'll be on for about another 10, 15 minutes breaking down this tournament for you. So let's do the first round leaders now. Nicholas Lee was talking about Cameron Davis earlier, and Cameron Davis is one of our first round leaders. All these guys are going to be over, 50 to 1, 60 to 1, even 90 to 1 for the first round leaders. Bottom of the pack guys, FedEx Cup, they're 50 and up, 50 to 70, 50th to 70th. So you're getting great numbers on these guys, but they're able to shoot a really low score. Those guys are going to be Sebastian Munoz. He's 66 to 1. Aaron Wise, 90 to 1. Ryan Palmer. He didn't make the cut, guys, but he's checked off a lot of boxes at courses very similar to this, at this Bentcrest style, and had a really good Friday. Just unfortunately took himself out of the tournament on Thursday. That's Ryan Palmer. Cameron Davis, 66 to 1. Just like our guy Nick said, he's been playing good golf right now. Seems to be a Thursday warrior, similar to a guy like Munoz. Keith Mitchell, if you guys have been watching golf lately, Keith Mitchell, really deep off the tee, placed 8th last week. Surprisingly, this guy's been he's hot at the right time, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's leading at the end of the first round, Keith Mitchell. One of our six-pack, we're going to throw Charlie Hoffman in there, guys, 66 to 1, playing really good golf. Charlie's got the long sleeves on, doesn't want to get burnt out there. Our boy Charlie Hoffman should be sticking him early. Maverick McNeely, 66 to 1, another man that's just lighten up the charts in approach, accuracy, and distance, guys, along with putting. He had a great tournament last week. Not many guys know about this guy. Could be leading at the end of the first round, and you heard it here first. Maverick McNeely, 66 to 1. And to round it out, Keegan Bradley from this area, grew up around New York, so he likes this style of course. He's been playing really good golf, 35th in accuracy, 25th in approach, 21st in putting. So Keegan Bradley, we actually going to get to him shortly here, guys. We have him in a matchup bet as well, but we think 55 to 1 is a great number at him leading at the end of the first round. So that's the first round leaders. Let's get into the matchup bets. That's going to close out the show here, guys. One more thing I want to note, though, some key groupings for tomorrow, guys. So for when the tournament starts up tomorrow, here's some matchups you want to take a look at. These are all Eastern time. We got 1020, Scheffler, Berger, DJ. That's a good matchup. I like DJ in that one. I really like DJ. Next one's going to be at 1040, Neiman, Connors, Sink. Connors is a guy we like. We'll get to him in a moment. Next one, Hovland, Xander, Koepka. That's probably the star matchup of the day I'll be watching, guys. Hovland, Xander, Koepka. All guys, we're going to have, especially those two, Hovland, Xander, in our six-pack. Koepka, we have in a matchup bet here coming up. Should be a great matchup, 1057. Look out for that one. 1121 is going to be Rahm, Finau, Smith. Some of the guys that were leading at the top of last tournament there, they're going to be matched up. And going to the later rounds in the afternoon, you're going to be having DeChambeau, Spieth, and English. English is back with DeChambeau after saying how much he hated playing with him and losing that tournament. Should be interesting. They're going to be back with Spieth as the mediator in the middle. And to close it out, 143, guys, Morikawa versus up against JT and Cantlay. So that's another star-studded matchup you guys can look out for. Matchup bets. I got 10 matchup bets for you guys. 3 of them are going to be, I wouldn't say 5-star, but I put 2 units on. I put a little more than the other matchup bets. Three of them here. We're going to start off with DJ. You know how much we love DJ, guys, and we're fading Morikawa. I see some guys saying they think Morikawa is going to come back, or maybe he's found something. But from what I've seen of Morikawa in the past, playing up here in Canadian-style courses or even Bentgrass-style courses, he's not good around the green. Yeah, it doesn't matter as much. He does have the good, not good, but sorry, guys, I got all my information on Morikawa right here. He was 97th in distance on day one, 53rd in day two. His accuracy was better in day two, 5th, but it was 95th on day one. His approach was 86th and 53rd, not getting it done. And then he's got no putting on bentgrass, guys. 51st, and then in round two, when he had to make the cut, 114. So Morikawa going up against these top guys like DJ. Even I have another one here with Xander over Morikawa, but that's not going to be a two-star play, guys. Really, or two-unit play, sorry. DJ over Morikawa, that's plus 109 too. I think it's down to plus 102. Jump on it, guys. Well, it's still, you get that plus money, but DJ over Morikawa, I really like that one of my favorites. Hovland over Scheffler, very similar to Morikawa. Scheffler, guys, he can't putt on this style of grass. He's 66th and putting last week out of 75 after the cut, just not getting it done. And he was 61st in accuracy off the tee. Just alarm bells are going off left, right, and center. And you guys heard how much we love Hovland. He was 4th in accuracy, 27th in approach. It's just the putter. And you're going up against a guy that really hates putting on bent grass. That's Scotty Scheffler. Give us Hovland all day. Minus 117. That's going to be another two-unit play. Two-unit play number 3 is going to be our guy Charlie Hoffman. You heard how much we love this guy in our six-pack. We were talking about him just a couple seconds ago. Charlie Hoffman over Harman. Guys, Harman was last in almost every single stat after making the cut. What do we have him here? Oh, God. He was 75th in approach, so he doesn't have it going right now. That's not a good sign. 54th in putting, and then 50th in driving distance. So, like we were saying, he's going to be one of those guys that aren't going to get the rolls. He's going to have more bunkers in play. Just not a good sign going up a guy like Hoffman, who's hitting the ball a lot deeper than he has in the past. He was 11th in distance, and he's just doing everything better. Minus 117. I think it's at minus 123 now, guys. Write this one down. Charlie Hoffman over Brian Harman. That's our last two-star play of this tournament. 2-4-60. I got 7 more here, guys, matchup bets, and that's going to close out the show. This is the time to throw any questions you guys have, any matchup bets, players, questions, golf questions, you name it, flop shots. We'll talk it all right here, baby. The back nine when the shit hits the fan, right? Anyways, Xander Schauffele over Morikawa. I really like this one. Sorry, guys, we're talking a little quick. I really like this one. Xander over Morikawa. Talked about it earlier. Xander's just a lot more consistent on these type of courses. I trust his game a lot more, especially in elevation. Hits a straight ball. Give me Xander minus 108 over Morikawa. Number 2 is going to be Koepka over DeChambeau here, guys. DeChambeau, it's tough with this guy. You want to know about a guy you just never know? That's Bryson DeChambeau. Sorry, guys, a little awkward coffee drink there. DeChambeau, though, 51st in accuracy, 20th in approach, 64th in putting. Historically, he has been putting okay at bentgrass greens. He won in 2020 U.S. Open, the Memorial in 2018, and 2017 at the John Deere. So DeChambeau has had some history in the past, but I don't like his accuracy. I don't like the fact that he doesn't have a caddy either. He's got his buddy caddying, really. I haven't seen anything from this caddy that's really made him, DeChambeau feel reassured before he's hitting a shot. He seems like DeChambeau is just going up there, grabbing whatever club, if it's a driver when he should be hitting an iron, or he just, you know what, his caddy's not going to tell him anything else other than, trust the shot, hit the right line, you got this. So I don't know about DeChambeau here. There's a lot of holes you're going to have to be strategic on, and I just don't trust DeChambeau right now, guys. And Brooks Koepka, I was talking about it in a couple of shows before. How much longer can this guy stay down? I don't think he can stay down too much more longer. Only thing with Koepka, looking at his stats, it wasn't the greatest here, guys. We got to be transparent. 51st in accuracy, 59th in approach, 53rd in putting. Putting him in a matchup bet. This isn't a top 20. This is just against DeChambeau, guys. I'm going to trust him here, Koepka. And also, they're going to probably be seeing each other a lot. They will be in the Ryder Cup coming up. So U.S. Open, two guys. Koepka won 2017, 2018 on fescue, and 2018 he won the PGA on bent grass. So he has one on the bent grass. Not one of the ones we love the more we're looking at it, but I can't trust DeChambeau. It's just, maybe it's a personal play there, guys, but I'm fading him. Give us Brooks Koepka, throwing a couple bucks on that, one full unit over DeChambeau, plus 103. JT over Morikawa, that's at minus 116. We're fading Morikawa. 3 ways till Sunday, 4 ways till Sunday, you name it, we're fading this guy. JT minus 116. Only thing with JT has been his approach. Straighten up his accuracy. His approach has been great. His putting has been great. It's just his accuracy off the tee. Could be a bit of a problem here. I'm going to trust him enough over a guy like Morikawa. We don't have JT in our outrights or even top 20s, but in a matchup bet over Morikawa, we're fading this guy. Number 7, Abraham Ancer. You guys might be surprised by this one. Well, you guys know Mr. Gogster, myself. I'm the Abraham Ancer fan supporter, number 1 in the world. But I think he's got a shot here over Paul Casey. I can't fade Paul Casey enough, guys. I can't tell you guys how much this guy can't putt. He's got great stats. It's kind of like Corey Connors, but he's even worse on the greens. He's just he has no around the green. If you can't put the ball in the hole, you're just wasting your time golfing. I don't want to sound rude, but that's like what Casey's doing right now. He's wasting his time because he can't. He's just bogeying holes he should be parring, and parring holes he should be birdieing from what I saw. And until that can change, Abraham Ancer here, guys. He loves bent grass greens. He's won on them before. Plus 108 straight off the tee. Shouldn't have any issues. Not going to bogey many holes. Give me Abraham Ancer plus 108, 72-hole matchup over Paul Casey. 3 more to close out the show here, guys. We'll be quick. Tony Finau over DeChambeau as well. Tony Baloney. He's grew up in Utah. Elevation, also likes playing on soft conditions. It's going to be a little bit wet. We didn't talk about the weather, guys. Could be some rain coming in, so look for similar conditions, softer, not firm and fast, but a lot more softer, not as much roll. And guys like Tony Finau, you saw what happened on Sunday. I think he's going to be right in the mix again. DeChambeau, Tony Finau, plus 111, guys. I like that one a lot over DeChambeau. Number 9 is Keegan Bradley over Billy Horschel, minus 120. Billy Horschel, guys, 67th in accuracy, 34th in approach, 55th in distance off the tee. Having some issues off the tee where Bradley's just staying really consistent, even-keeled, 23rd, 35th, 25th, 38th, and 21st. So all of our key stats there, he's cracking the top 40, which we like to see. Where Horschel, he's not even in the top 50 in driving distance and accuracy after last week. So Keegan Bradley's going to be number 9. And the last one, guys, shout out to Canada Zone here. Corey Connors, plus 102 over Hideki Matsuyama. Matsuyama, guys, he's spraying the ball. Where do I got it? Right here. 59th in accuracy off the tee, 58th in approach, and 23rd in putting. His putting was okay, but he's having a hard time getting to the hole, and you're going to be losing some balls if you're not hitting it onto the green or even hitting the fairways this week. So look for the guys that are hitting the greens, hitting fairways, and draining putts. Kind of similar recipe every week, but this track especially, guys, should be fun. Tune in tomorrow. It starts all up tomorrow, guys. I think around 9 o'clock the first group goes off. We'll be back again Friday. Do a recap on the course, what we see, what guys we think are going to take advantage of this course and improving it based on our stats. We got some great stats we look at. So shout out to Pub Sports Radio, the back 9 with myself, Mr. Gogster. That's all I got, guys. We'll go over the picks one more time, though, so you guys know what we're on. We got the 6-pack top left, Xander 20-1, DJ 22, Rory McIlroy 25, Victor Hovland 35, Sammy Burns 50, Charlie Hoffman 100. All those guys are going to be top 20, excluding Hovland. We're going to switch out Hovland for Sung J M, guys. Sung J M plays really well up here. Only issue with Sung J is going to be his putting. If he can just start making some more putts, which he has in the past on bent grass, he's 4th in accuracy and 23rd in approach. So Sung J M is going to be on top 20. First round leaders: Munoz, Wise, Palmer, Davis, Mitchell, Hoffman, McNeely, Bradley. And our matchup bets, guys, we'll go over them quickly here one more time. DG over Morikawa, Hovland over Scheffler, Hoffman over Harman, Xander over Morikawa, Koepka over DeChambeau, JT over Morikawa, Ancer over Casey, Finau over DeChambeau, Bradley over Horschel, and Connors over Matsuyama. That's going to be all, guys, for myself, Mr. Gogster, on the back 9 here. Shout out to Pub Sports Radio. We'll be back again Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Guys, put the kids to sleep, as I like to say. Get the popcorn ready. Get the beers out. We'll be talking some golf right after round 2. So we'll see you guys then. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you Friday. Cheers.
Get it! can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Pub Sports Radio. Come find us in Southtown 101. Subscribe on YouTube and all platforms where podcasts are found.